Hello crafters, welcome to Elf Creations. Today we're going to be making a snowman wreath. Now I have this snow blanket. Now all this is, it's white material. So it's kind of like a fleece, like a wadding type material. So I'm going to use that. I've got this top hat which I bought online, and I'm going to cut that in half lengthways, so I shall cut it that way, and that's going to be his top hat. But I've got my wreath form here, and this is one of the wreath forms from Hobbycraft. Okay, so I'm going to go and get my pins, because that's going to be his. This material is going to be his, his face. So the way that this is made is going to be very similar to the way that May did her scarecrow. I will link that video in below, and I'll also do it so it pops out now. So it's going to be very similar to the way that was made. I'm just going to use some pearl-headed straight pins, but I'm also going to put a bit of hot glue on the pin itself. I'm going to pull it so it's taut and bring the bottom up, and then I'm going to do the same thing. And then turn it to the side and do the same with the sides. Bit of hot glue on the pin itself. Put it taut. You can't pull this overly taut because obviously it's kind of like cotton wool. But you could use canvas. You could use any white material that you could find in your craft stores, or you could use an old sheet. Just think outside the box, really. I wanted to use this kind of blankety snow stuff because I thought it would probably be give me the look I want. But you could do so many different things. So there you go. So it's like that on the other side. Right, I'm just going to cut this because there's too much here, so I'm just going to cut this away, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the sides, lifting it up, and I'm going to probably put in multiple pins on the side. Right, now I'm going to cut off this extra bulk at the back, because it's not needed. I put a pin in wherever I think it might be necessary. Okay, so the front of my wreath will look like this. Now I need to cut my hat. Now I'm cutting my hat lengthways, not from side to side, from front to back. So I get two hats out of this, which is great. You can always use it for another wreath or something else. Right, I need to put something on this. I think I'm going to go back to this trusty piece of this scarf that I have that I've used in numerous projects. I'm going to cut some of this off, I think, and use it as the trim. I'll probably use this also as the scarf that he wears. One I don't have any ribbon that's thick enough, and 2, there's no ribbons in my stash that really suited my, the purpose. So I'm just going to cut the tails off. We're going to hot glue that onto here. But what I'm going to do, I think, I need to neaten it up because it's slightly all crooked, so I need to neaten it up. Okay, let's bring the hat over. Yep, that works for me. Okay, so we're going to put a bit of glue on the inside of the hat, and that's where I will start off the ribbon, or in this case the piece of fabric, the scarf. I'm going to take it round and finish it off on the other side, and then cut off the excess. I'm not too sure in regards to what decorations and things I'm going to put on it, so I'll do that at a later stage. But I need to attach it to my snowman face. Okay, so it's going to look something like that. So I need to add some glue to these sides again. So I'm going to put lots of glue on the inside here and here, because it's those parts which are going to hit the main portion of this snowman face. So it sits there. Okay, now when it comes to its face, there's a few options that you could do. You could get a polystyrene cone and you could put that on there and have that as his nose, and you could decorate it with orange glitter, or you could paint it, or you could maybe put on some glitter glue and then you could glitter one on his face here, or you could use foam sheets. You could use foam sheets like I have here, and you can, I've got an orange piece here, so let's see how this looks. Right, so let's move our little man out the way. Now I need to create a nose, so I need a pencil. Right, so I'm going to draw straight on this this foam sheeting here, and I'm going to create a carrot nose. Now I want a decent sized carrot nose. Okay, let's cut this out. I'm going to cut this out using the fussy cutting scissors which are available from my store, jeezembellishmentemporium.com. There'll be a link that pops out now. Big enough, so you could put that on there like that. Now I need to do him some, give him some eyes. So I'm going to use the foam sheets again, because this is going on the outside. I think these foam sheets will be better than paper, but I'm going to see if it will fit into my Fiskars punch, which I don't think it's going to, so I'm going to have to get out my cuttle bug. I need to make some eyes, so I'm going to cut out a strip of this foam sheeting, and I'm going to use one of my Sopal dies, and I'm going to use the one that measures 2 inches, or 5¼ centimeters. Okay, so I'm going to use my A plate and my B plate as well as my C plate. A, B and C. Pop the foam in, pop the die on top. I'm going to run this through, and I'm hoping that the die will go through this foamy paper. It's not really foam paper as such, but yes, that works. So pop that in, make another one. I think the polystyrene hose would work quite well. Right, now I need to use, how small is my small one? I don't think it's small enough. So I was thinking of using the black circles for the smile as well, but I'm not too sure yet, so let's move this out of the way. So we have its eyes, and we have his nose. Now I'm going to add a little kind of curve to his eye. I'm just going to cut it out and show you. This is just to give the eye some highlight, and it's kind of almost, if you can see, it's wider at the bottom and then it narrows to the tip. And I'm going to glue that on just to give the eyes some movement, some shade and dimension. So I'm just going to, don't want it so it's like that, yes. Right, and I'm going to just use my art glitter glue. Actually, you know what, no, I'm going to use my hot glue as I've got it out, and because this is for outside, I don't want things to fall off over time. So I'm just going to hot glue these little pieces of white onto his eyes. Not putting lots of glue on the back, just putting enough to secure them. Whoops. And then I'm going to put some hot glue on the back and secure it to his face. And with the carrot nose, I think I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to cut some slivers just to give the carrot some dimension. I'm going to use my tweezers. These tweezers are available from my store also. And I'm going to glue the nose directly onto the material also. Yep, I like that. That's all coming together nicely. Right, I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the face yet, but let's look at some floral decor for his hat. So I'm going to dig into my stash and see what I come up with. Right, I've got a few bits and pieces from my stash. I've got this little robin, got a poinsettia head, got some holly leaves, got some berries, and I've got some other foliage. So we're just going to have a play around to see what works. Never be shy to cut picks apart to get the desired look that you want. So I'm just going to have a play around and see what look I want. That's quite nice, I like that. Right, so I'm going to hot glue you on first. Where's my spatula? I'm just going to have this little bird perched on the side there. Let's take this hook out. Put a bit of hot glue on his bottom. Sorry bird, but I put some hot glue on your bottom. And then I'm just going to have you nestled amongst the foliage. Yeah, that looks really cute. Right, what am I going to do with his face, his mouth? I think I still want to add a partial scarf. I still think I want to add a partial scarf to the bottom. So let's have a look again at this piece of material. That is quite a nice length. Okay, let me cut that and see if that works. Because it doesn't necessarily have to go around him as such. Just want to have, I want it to look like he's wearing a scarf. My workspace is not the biggest when it comes to these bigger projects. I must try and work out some sort of different filming area this year. Do I want him to have a scarf or not? I don't think it's going to work. I don't think a scarf is going to work. Okay, I don't have a small enough punch and a punch that could take the foam sheets. So in this 4-piece flower die set, which is available in my store, we have this little round which is the center of the flower. So I'm going to use that. Now this is probably only about a centimeter in, yeah. But the actual hole itself is much smaller. So you look at less than half an inch. So I've decided I'm going to use that. And I'm just going to get as many circles out this little piece here that I can. I'm hoping it goes through because it's quite a small die. So we'll see. If this doesn't work, we'll have to go to plan F. Let's see if you worked. Do you work? Yes, you do. So I get that size circle. So I'm going to do quite a few of those, and then we can get his mouth started. Okay, crafters, I punched out enough to do his mouth. Now I'm using the art glitter glue for these small pieces because these are just too small for me to get hot glue on them and not burn myself, and I really don't want to burn myself. So I'm just using some of the art glitter glue, and that's going to be fine for these because they're so tiny. They're I really wouldn't worry about using hot glue on these. I mean, if you can, if you choose to, if you want to. Right, I'm just going to lift him up. I think he's absolutely adorable. I think he's absolutely adorable. But there is the finished wreath. I'm really happy with the way he turned out. I hope you recreate this. If you do recreate it, head over to the groups, G's Creations and Elf Creations on Facebook. One's a group, one's a page. Come over and join us and share your recreations and your creations. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care now. Bye bye.